Peace. This is Brother Hatim, and you have joined us on Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. Be sure to check out our site and subscribe at tribe.gyenamejourney.com.
All my brothers and sisters, hold hands and bow your heads. Let us pray. God standeth in the congregation of the mighty. He judgeth amongst the gods. How long will you judge unjustly and accept the persons of the wicked? I say, defend the poor and the fatherless. Do justice to the afflicted and the needy. Deliver the poor and needy. Rid them out of the hand of the wicked. They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of court. I have said, ye are God, and all of you are children of the Most High. But you shall die like men and fall like one of the princes. Arise, O God, judge the earth, for thou shalt inherit all nations. Allahu Akbar.
Too black!
This is Kadara Franks, and you are now listening to the Gye-Nyame Journey Radio.
Keep up with the journey. Check out what we have done in the past. Go to journeyarchives.com.
This is Adnan Sheik, aka Ace, live from Shisha Lounge, and you are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio.
Be sure to follow Gye-Nyame Journey on Facebook, Google Plus, and Twitter. Check us out. Join the journey.
This is Adnan Sheik, aka Ace, live from Shisha Lounge, and you are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio.
You are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio with Monica. Enjoy.
This is Melina, and this is Gye-Nyame Journey Radio.
This is Willie. Welcome to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. I want to give shout out to Sibba Kevin, all my Sibba Nation out there. I want to give a shout out to my mom. I want to give a shout out to my dad for raising me and my family for being around me. And I want to give a shout out to the people of my generation that's trying to do something big.
This is Cleveland, and you're listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio.
Peace, Hotep. It's Mansour Hotep, aka Mr. Deity. Mr. Deity, does it sound good? I think it sounds great. Right now, you listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio.
If you're not adding anything to the culture that you claim, you don't deserve to carry his name. This is Brother Hatim coming at you live, and you are now listening to the Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. Shouts out to the Gye-Nyame tribe, Gye-Nyame family. Stand up. Peace. If you're not adding anything to the culture that you claim, you don't deserve to carry his name. This is Brother Hatim coming at you live, and you are now listening to the Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. Shouts out to Gye-Nyame Tribe, Gye-Nyame family. Stand up. And you are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. Peace. This is Gina.
This is Gina.
And you are now
Now you listen to my daddy.
on Gye-Nyame
Gye-Nyame Journey
Radio.
Radio.
Peace.
Peace.
I have had enough. This is Brother Hatim coming at you live. Man, look, I love this podcaster, man. I am in love with this podcasting, man. It's just like, you know, sometimes I go through and I struggle, but then I remind myself of why I'm doing it, and it don't matter how many people are listening, because I'm going to do it. Because one day my kids is going to be able to go back and be able to hear my voice and hopefully get a lesson. All right? So, I'm on air live now. I'm sitting up here sending out a message now to Facebook. If you're listening, go on and share it, man. You know, don't be stingy with it. Share it. Now, so I guess this can't be Freestyle Friday because I kind of did one of those kind of today up at the Millennium Community School. We had our fish fry. And, you know, I sent out the messages and sent personal emails out, and I was hoping that my family would try to get with me and you know, because I got faith. I got faith in my collective. You know, I'm proud to be a member of the collective of people that I have been around, and especially I got mad love for those in Columbus. But I was very disappointed today because basically we took a loss. So I'm raising this money to get these kids to go to camp, and I say, hey, black folks, hey, people who want to do something for young people, hey, we doing this. You know, I've been doing Simba over 18 years. I've been involved in the community probably over 30 years, especially the Columbus community. And I was like, spit on. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people just didn't show up, didn't call, didn't text. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people said they didn't know, and I'm going to do a better job. I'm going to do another fish fry. I think we're going to have to do one once a month because we're going to have to start the fundraising early this year because we raised an amount of money this year that is basically telling us that we can do more. But the only way that's going to happen is if I could get the support from the local community. Whether you're directly involved with my tribe or not, I know in some form or fashion, a lot of you out there have had some hopefully positive influence on your life. And if you don't want to do it for me, then I want you to think about the young men and women that we're trying to help. I have an opportunity that if I could take 100 of these kids up there, I probably could. You know what I'm saying? If we could get 100 kids, we could get our own campgrounds. Because I'm not just stopping at just doing the camp. I want a campground. We need our own land, yo. We need places where we could train our young people on conflict resolution. We need a place where we can train our kids on how they supposed to treat each other, male and female. We need a place where black men could come together and get a lot of the aggression out so that we could change the dynamics of the community. We need a place where black women could come and start changing the minds of the future of the nation, because I keep trying to tell y'all that the future of black folks is in the hands of the women, and the images that they are portraying of the woman and the roles that women are playing in our areas right now is becoming so detrimental, and people don't even understand. People are living on social network now. All our kids have access to social network now. They got YouTube on TV, where a child can get on a TV and watch some of the ratchet fuckery that is going on YouTube in cyberspace. And I know that's not the majority. I know it's about 4.5% of y'all out there making my black woman look like she out of her goddamn mind. So I need to get a collective of 4.5% of the black women doing other things, because what we have been doing in the past has not worked. Right? So we have to come up with a new strategy. You know what I'm saying? And that is my quest. That's why I'm putting this course together. I'm putting it together for males and females, but especially for the females, because men will take principles, right? But because of the outside world, because we are stimulated more by outside things, it's easier for us to be taken off track than it is for the black woman. Y'all have a discipline that we don't have. Y'all have a pain threshold that we don't have. And because you have this, right, you have the right to say you are the mother of civilization. But being the mother of civilization comes with certain responsibilities. You know what I'm saying? You are the bearer of the principles. You are a bearer of the products. I was walking a day and this well, first of all, I was talking to an elder, a woman by the name of Carol James, and we was talking, and this term came out, and y'all can quote this because I'm gonna send this out over my timeline. When you start to overvalue money, you lose your values. And we have been taught, we have been programmed to overvalue money. And we train our children, it's about getting money, right? So now, what we have is the next thought that came to me. A culture is lost when the women are for sale. A culture, I gotta write that down. A culture is lost when the woman is for sale. I'm gonna say that again. A culture is lost when the women are for sale. Look, listen, ladies, and because I know I got a majority of men listening, so I got to give you the talking points for when we are approaching these ladies, because I know men are going to do what men are going to do, right? But some of y'all have certain women in your life. Some of you have close friends, some of you have sisters, some of you have cousins, and you already know what's out here. So we have to take it upon ourselves as men to equip those ones that we protect. Because I want to be able to run into a situation knowing that I am standing up for a principled woman. I mean, y'all got to really dig down into this. And I want you to understand, because I'm going to bring this around to one of the reasons that I'm pissed off, right? Because The title of the show today is Stop Suffering Quietly. And my community, well, I ain't got no community, but black folks, we suffer quietly. We suffer the foolishness in our community quietly. A little 16-year-old in Columbus can shoot 5 people, kill 4 of them, and 1 survive, and we suffer quietly. A black boy can look into a window, point his gun, and shoot, and kill 1 girl, and shoot and wound, kill 1 girl and wound another, and we suffer quietly. Quiet time is over, yo. I need men with fire in their bellies, because this has got to stop. And I need women to change, because what people don't understand, what I'm saying is, when the women start changing, that causes a ripple effect. See, because men could change externally, but what happens is that when we start approaching the women, if they do not accept the change that we're doing, because we are the way we are, because they don't encourage the changes that we're trying to make, we try to find a happy medium so that we can still get with the women. But women, you're not designed like that. You understand what I'm saying? You have been trained to be like that. You have been taught to be like that. You have been bought to be like that. That is not who you are. You are the bearers. And when you align yourself, because when you align yourself, you change the men in your life. When you say, you can't get with me like that, you can't come at me like that, and they see you living in a principled way, it's like, oh man. And not only do you affect the men that are in your peer group, but you have even more power, because a lot of you are mothers. So the changes that you make, especially if you have a young child, will trickle down to them. Did y'all hear me? Did you hear me? So, what is it? A culture is lost when the women are for sale. And when you value money too much, you lose your values. And that's where we are. We lost our values. We lost our spiritual compass. We sold it. We sold it down the river because we fearing death, not realizing that spirit is bigger than all of that. Did y'all hear me? Y'all don't hear me. Y'all don't hear me, but let me get on this little white boy that went up into this church. Let's get on Dylan Wolf. Let's break this down and let's look at the madness, right? So the first thing I got to say, and I need y'all to hear this. No one will respect your stuff more than you. No one, you can tweet that. No one will respect your stuff more than you. So if you don't respect your cars, the person you loan your car to won't respect it either. If you don't respect your house, then people that come over and visit you more than likely is not going to show your house respect. If you don't respect your body, then nobody else is going to respect your body. If you don't respect your hair, then nobody else is going to respect your hair. If you don't respect yourself, then nobody is going to respect you. And if you don't respect your life, nobody else will respect your life. And if you as a group don't respect your own lives, then what make you think anybody else will? This white boy walked up into a church. I want y'all to understand this. He walked up into a sanctuary where you usually have a majority of women and just a few men. And he walked in, and shot 9 people, I think. I can't remember. Y'all gotta excuse me. He murdered people. And we get to the media, and the media is talking about this deranged boy, this little wayward boy, this anomaly of white culture. But what I want to point out to you is the fact. The fact is that this little boy is not an anomaly. This little boy is not alone, because I want you to think about this. This little boy walked up into a church and he was welcomed into black people's house of worship. People probably spoke to him and tried to make him feel welcomed. And he sat there for a while. He monitored and checked out the situation. He looked at his escape routes. And he cased the whole joint while people were talking to him. Then he started unloading. He killed an elder. See, we still don't know. I still don't know how many people was in there. I don't know how many people was up in this, up in the house, up in the church. Now we get into the politics about the significance of the church, because one, this is one of the reasons I'm saying when they describe this boy, we have to be bold enough to be like, hell no, that's an act of terrorism. This is not the act of just a deranged little boy, because my sons, when they go to court for murder, they don't get the deranged rap. They don't get the young man rap. They don't get all that. They don't get we need to talk about forgiveness. You know what I'm saying? I just had a young man murder 4 people in a basement, and the talk about him is nothing like the talk that's going on about this white boy killing black people. But I tell you what the difference is. The difference is that the boy that killed the 4 is black. So black folks don't respect their own lives, so why should we? That's the media's take. You know, subconsciously that's their take. It's not. That don't matter. This little boy wasn't wayward. Nobody's asking to be concerned about the little boy who did the shooting's family. The family here in Columbus. No. We don't get to take all that in. We don't get to open up our hearts like that. Now, but when a white boy goes out, murders 9 people. He's not even from that town. He walks in and he murders 9 people. We supposed to pity? We supposed to forgive? See, that's the old narrative now. I want to draw a connection between what this white boy done and what has been done to black people historically. And I'm so surprised nobody has brought it out yet. But I'm going to come back. But right now I want to do my salute to the black woman. This is Mr. Deity with Black Woman, so check it out. I will return.
I said this one's for you. I said this one's for you. I said this one's for you. I said this one's for you.
Let me start at the beginning. Way before the ratchetness, before they raped our women. Way black. Black in the time, a woman can't come from a man, so she birthed mankind. Through that holy yoni in between her legs, divine. You can see it from this angle with the Eurocentric mind. You've been trained well, so your future is behind. Take a look around, girl, the truth ain't hard to find. See that white standard of beauty got you bleaching your mind. For 400 years they said you was ugly, but you're fine. Shit, more than fine. Got a beauty they can't match even. Brains too strong and wise like Queen Sheba. Most can't deal with your strength, that's why they still beat ya. Took you out the Holy Trinity, but still need ya. Back to black consciousness is where I'm trying to see ya. I'm a Sar, you're a set, on the throne is where I keep ya. Black woman. Most of us think your position is minuscule. Cook, clean, serve, all you was put here to do. Not realizing these qualities were put into you. Cause your leadership skills are natural. Don't believe me, Queen Nzinga led the war against them crackers, fool. My people sleep, so I teach, that's what a master do. Grew up with visions of chauvinistic theatricals. Now it's my mission to grab the culture and get back to you. So we can show the seeds what it is they have to do. Break the chains, runaway slave, they coming after you. Keep the men and women at odds and take the child too. Make sure she have more than one baby daddy, yeah, that'll do. 400 years later, no savior, they really lynched you. So take a listen, black woman, let me heal you. Any man that breaks you down really fears you. My elder Shabaka say what the women do, the men will do. So when you start the revolution, we right here with you. Some swear the black woman ain't shit. I say this queen is everything, even the ratchets. You just forgot who you are. I'ma help you remember. You're the mother of civilization. From the light-skinned hue to those darker than blue. Black woman, I never turn my back on you. You're beautiful without that perm. You're a queen without that weave. Love yourself, cause sister, I love you. Respect yourself, cause sister, I respect you. Apologies to those I disrespected before my mind was free. Let's take it back to go forward like Sankofa. Ride with me. She was here when we was kings, chilling on the throne. Proper placement up. Most respected, her needs never neglected, embracing her higher consciousness, the true essence, the procreator. From her I got my best blessing. My life she manifested, I'm forever indebted to her collection. Can't objectify her, she's more than breast and flesh skin. Think not, then you need correction of your perception. I'm talking about the first wonder of the world's possessions. Here for more than cooking and cleaning. Without her, man wouldn't truly experience being. Don't doubt her goddess ability of honing fertility. Just love her and preserve her identity. The black woman, when I see her, something gets into me. Beautiful inspiration like a pyramid. Amazing, brings out the best of me on occasion. They made her forget who she was, that's why I made this. Next time you're riding with your daughter, brother, play this.
Now, first off, I forgot to let y'all know who y'all listening to. You are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio with Monica. Enjoy.
Now, first off, I forgot to let y'all know who y'all listening to. You are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio with Monica. Enjoy.
You are.
'Cause I know
You are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. This is a Heart of a Simba production. Where we strive to blow up your old paradigms. I'm on the chat line. Give me a second. Now, I'm typing up those that still want to help us get to Simbaland. You can donate at the place I'm about to post up right now. $10 will help. $10 will go a long way. You know what I'm saying? So, don't be shy. Get up. Get up. Get up and do it. Ain't nothing stopping you. Don't be scared. I ain't gonna be mad at you. I promise. Matter of fact, I thank you. I'll send some shots out to you. You know what I'm saying? Let's get those dollars rolling in. Let's get it popping. You know what I'm saying? Like we up in the club. I want you to do it like you breaking bottles. You know what I'm saying? I want you to celebrate saving a young black man or a young black boy or a young black girl's life. I want you to donate like you popping bottles, like you celebrating. Because every little bit helps. Because we're doing exponential things. Exponential things. I just think about my life and how this rites of passage experience and forming and meeting Simba and forming Gye-Nyame has exponentially affected my life. And then I looked at how it exponentially is affecting Columbus. Because 5 years ago, 6 years ago, I wasn't working in a school where I had the ability to touch so many lives. But because of the connections that was forged through Simba, through me coming together with brothers under the rites of passage and being blessed enough to have real brothers, I am now able to work at a school and help. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know whether people are hating because they don't have the opportunity or what. You know what I'm saying? But y'all need to help us get to Simba. Dig deep into those pockets. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because some of y'all need some tax breaks. I'm trying to tell you. Some of y'all, this is tax deductible. This is, you could take this off. Now, back to what I was saying. The similarities between this young man and how Europeans have been dealing with foreign cultures for a very long time. All right? Now, first off, I want y'all to remember that when Europeans first came to Africa, they didn't come in aggressive. They came in as friends. It came in as at a point where, you know, we were saving their lives and we nurtured them back to health and sent them out. We fed them. We took care of them. Native Americans did the same thing. Australians did the same thing. Tasmanians did the same thing. Those on the Hawaiian Islands did the same thing. Even the Indians did the same thing. The Chinese did the same thing. They come in as friends. They come in as friends. This white boy entered the room in the traditional way that Europeans have approached others. Now, I don't have any hate against the Europeans, but my ancestors tell me that, let me do it in a proverb. When a snake is in a room, there is no need for discussion because we all know what the snake does. If a snake is lying on the road and it's frozen and I put it inside my shirt and it bites me, I can't be mad at the snake. Hell, they got a story. I think Aesop got one of his stories where there's a turtle who's asked by a scorpion to take him across the river, and the turtle says, "No, because you're gonna sting me." The scorpion swears up and down that he will not sting him because he's helping him. I wouldn't do that. So the turtle listened to his argument. This dude is very analytical. He's very logical. And he gets on the back of the turtle, and the turtle swims. And the turtle makes it to the middle of the water, and the scorpion stings him. And as the turtle is overtaken by the poison, the turtle says, "Why did you sting me?" And the scorpion said, "Because it's in my nature." He said, "Well, your nature has doomed both of us to die." So I'm not mad. I understand the nature of what I'm dealing with. You know what I'm saying? And everybody has a right to develop. Everybody deserves a second chance and stuff like that. But you need to always keep the character of that individual in mind, because if they have not shown you changes, if they have not put forth a major effort to change the ways, then you can't be mad at the scorpion for being a scorpion. You can't be mad at the snake for being a snake. You don't get mad at a lion because he's a lion and he will track you down and eat you. You don't be mad at those things. So we can't be mad because they have already revealed their nature. So he walked up into the church. He was welcome. "Welcome, brother. Sit down. You want to join Bible study?" Hey, hell, they might have offered him some food and all this. And look at this white boy coming in here to praise the Lord with us. And they probably had a good Bible study because everybody was inspired by the white boy walking into the church. Only God can do this. And I want you to think, in our traditional religions, in our traditional beliefs, because we didn't have religions, we felt that strangers, now listen, we felt that strangers were signs from the gods. They were signs of divine. So when a stranger came, because you never knew whether the stranger was really just a person or if it was a god in disguise. So you treated that person with great respect. You gave this person what they needed. They needed food. They needed water. You need to make sure that they had it because that was part of who you were. That's part of who we are. You look back in ancient Kemet, and I talk about this all the time, the symbol for Hotep or Hatep is a mat up under a loaf of bread, which means that when a guest comes to you, you have to offer them a place to sit to rest themselves and some food to eat so that they could continue on a journey. And we did that, and they did that at the church. But then let's unwrap this some more, right? Let's unleash this some more. So Europeans come to Africans or to native people, and they're welcomed in. And they are amazed at how nice and friendly these people are, and they look around and they see the resources. Like this little boy walked in, not my fault, like this terrorist walked in and looked around and cased the joint. The whole time, probably acting fidgety, and everybody still trying to make him feel comfortable. They rolling out the mat so that he could rest his feet. They may even have offered bread so that he can get some sustenance so he could continue on his travels. He probably introduced himself to the congregation. Sound familiar, don't it? Then, in a moment of shock and awe, he started shooting. And my people probably was frozen because they couldn't believe that somebody would return kindness with the brutality that this terrorist unleashed. Because it throws you back. It stuns you that somebody could be so cruel. And you think that this has to be a dream. But no, it's not a dream. It is the same thing that we've been going through over and over and over again. Right? So he murders everybody and he gets on the road. And he's able to walk through a black, he drove through a black community. My goodness, he drove through a black community. And he drove out of a black community at the major time when the hustlers and the thugs are out on the street. And he was never stopped. He was welcomed up into the area. Black people, what's wrong with us? We suffer quietly. So afterwards, when they finally catch him, we should have called him first. I'm just being honest. There should have been a posse dispensed immediately. Not by the pastor, because you got the pastor. He leads the soul brigade. These are the people that's trying to save souls. No, we got OGs in the hood. They're supposed to handle stuff like this. You call yourself OG, original gangsters. The original gangsters, the thugs and the killers. You know what I'm saying? Ain't killing nobody but black people. We need to chase all those. We need to chase, excuse me, y'all know I got we need to chase those niggas up out the hood. This shit is unacceptable. First off, we got murders going on in every black area. Every hood. There's murders going on. There's wars over turf. They fighting over spaces to sell they crack and destroy our community. And we abide by this no snitching rule, and we don't call the police because we know the police ain't gonna do nothing but kill them, and maybe God will change their life, or maybe something major happened and changed their lives, and they leech off our communities. But when a tragedy like this happens, somebody that stick out like a sore thumb could drive and get 200 miles away. You mean to tell me that nobody heard gunshots? Oh, my fault. We so used to hearing gunshots in our areas that probably wasn't unusual. For real. For real. Nobody will respect your stuff more than you, nor should they. Now, let me continue on, right? So this terrorist shoot everybody. And he leaves a message. He leaves a message that's bubbling up from the subconscious of the European. And the message was, listen to the words, I have to kill you. Now, first off, I heard another account, and I don't want to get into no conspiracy stuff like that, but I heard another account that there was a loud ringing. And I don't know whether the loud ringing was the gun going off, or was it electronic device like a phone that was a signal? But we don't know. I don't know. But we have to look into that. There was a loud ringing, and then the shooting started. I don't know if the loud ringing was the shooting, but there was he started shooting, and he riddled people's bodies with bullets. As a matter of fact, according to one of the people that was in there, she said that he reloaded 5 times. You are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. This is a Heart of a Symbol production. Where we strive to blow up your old paradigms.
I had to take a break on that one. He reloaded 5 times. And we still don't know how many people was in there. We know 9 people died. So maybe it was only 10 people in there. He looked at the woman. He asked her if he shot her. She said no. He said good, because I need you to tell people what happened in here. I had to do this because you are destroying our country. I'm going off my head. It's late at night. You are destroying our country, raping our women, and taking over. He must not really read the newspaper, do he? He must not really see what's going on in the black areas. He must not look at any of the financial reports. Because last time I checked, the 1% that was running the planet don't go to African Methodist Episcopal Church. They don't go to the Baptist Church. They don't go to the Methodists. No. The 1%, right? But yet, he's focused on black folks. Black folks. Listen. Media, listen. Pastors on, listen. Do not let them water this down with the insanity, with the mixed up, with the drugs, or the gun argument. Because it wasn't the gun that killed these people. It was the intention of the person wielding the gun. So when these politicians come to you and start these gun arguments, you need to walk out. You need to let them know that they're not going to get your vote, because now they're trying to twist what happened to our people in this area. They're trying to twist it so that they can get their agenda across. So he walked in and he just worked out the whole mythos of how Europeans have been doing us since the 1600s. This should be listed no less than a terrorist act. No less than a terrorist act. No less than a terrorist act. And I don't want him to get electrocuted. I want him to have to be in a prison that more than likely in South Carolina is over 50% black. In general population. Wondering how much longer he will live. I want him to face the hell that he has built for himself. I want him to be on a constant suicide watch, but at least make him go to the cafeteria and eat with everybody else. Yeah. Y'all feel me? All right, now. So we won't let them overcome our the whole piece with their convoluted arguments, with this bullshit, this fuckery that they're trying to portray on us. You know what I'm saying? Because our young men, our boys don't get to be children. They don't get, when they go to court, you know what I'm saying? They're beasts. You know what I'm saying? They're described in manly type fashion and stuff like that, and they just boys. But they don't allow us that slack. They don't allow us that latitude to be able to do that. So we're not cutting any slack. Not cutting any slack. So if there's any black leaders with any real heart, with some real balls, if you a man, right? With the fortitude, with that fortitude, one of the demands that you need to make is that this man, be tried as a terrorist. Hell with the insanity plea. Hell with the insanity plea. That could have been my grandmama in there. That could have been my aunt in there. You know what I'm saying? I got people down in South Carolina. I don't know who they are, but I got people down there. And the issue I'm having is that, you know what I'm saying? We can't allow them to try to slide this through, man. So I'm going to play some music and I shall return.
We say that we must come to know the difference between mobilization and organization, because the enemy will use mobilization to demobilize us. Mobilization is very easy. Very, very easy. Because since we're people who are instinctively ready to respond against acts of injustice, Anytime there's one little act of injustice, we can blow it up and we'll find people who come and make some mass demonstration around it. Miss Sally lost a job. Let's rally. She'll get a job back. People will come and rally. So-and-so got kicked out of school because the teacher's unjust. The unjust, the people will come and rally. They will come to rally at issues. And this is what mobilization does. It mobilizes people around issues. Those of us who are revolutionary are not concerned with issues. We're concerned with the system. The difference must be properly understood. The difference must be properly understood. Mobilization usually leads to reform action, not to revolutionary action. If we would look scientifically at the October 16 million and more march, we would see clearly that this was a mobilized event, not an organized event. We must know clearly the difference between mobilization and organization. One of the characteristics of mobilization is that it is temporary. Organization is permanent and eternal. Clear differences must be made because the unconscious can usually be captured easily around one-issue items, around mobilization items, but it's hard to catch them around organization. But these unconscious must be brought to organization. We must transform mobilization to organization. We say the enemy will come and use mobilization to demobilize us. Many brothers and sisters who've been to the million and more march will say to you, I was there. Well, what are you doing today, my sister? I was there. There weren't too many sisters out there, but you know, with 1 million brothers together, you know where I had to be. I was there. And then, of course, you find brothers, yeah, I was there. I helped you. What are you doing today, brother? If we're not careful, we allow mobilization to become events. The struggle is never an event. It's a process, a continual, eternal process. We say it is our job to use mobilization to drive us to organization. You know our theme is organization. We want power. We don't want money. We don't want fame. We don't want fortune. We don't want popularity. We want power. Power. And power comes only from the organized masses. Power comes only from the organized masses. Therefore, since this is what we're concerned with, power, and we as a Pan-Africanist, we have every right to be concerned with it. Africa, after all, is the richest continent on the face of the earth. Properly organized, should be the most powerful continent on the face of the earth. Therefore, our drive towards power is clear. We want power, and we can only have power through the organized masses. Of course, capitalism, a system which in deforming our thinking always seeks to make it appear as if the organized masses is some unattainable goal. Even the other day, when speaking to a sister who's been involved in activities over a period of years, she said, Kwame Ture, so when you say a mass party, what do you mean? I said, I mean a mass party. She said, but the APRP goes everywhere in England, they go in the Caribbean, in the United States, in Africa, and they're always saying about a mass party. What do you mean? I said, every African in the world inside our party. She said, are you going to get that? I said, that's what I'm working for. And if I don't get it, my granddaughter going to get it. But I'm working for it. Her disbelief comes from the fact that capitalism tells us that, well, you can be scientific about everything except human nature. That people are so different, they have such different tastes, such different tra-la-la-la, that you can't bring them together under the same roof. This is a lie. We will never tire of saying it. Capitalism does not lie some of the time. It lies all of the time. When it tells the truth, it's a result of a double lie. It's a logical fact. It's a logical fact. So capitalism has this belief that you can't organize all the people around the same thing. That's not true. You can organize all the people around one thing, truth. Now, what capitalism will try to make it appear as if the truth is not one truth, but anybody can have the truth. This is stupidity. Nobody's born with the truth inside of them. If they were, they wouldn't need to live. We come to know the truth from outside of us. Some people think that they know the truth because they were born to know the truth. That's a lie. You know the truth from constant struggle against lies. That's how you know the truth. Constant struggle against lies. For example, they try to make it appear as if we Africans will not arrive at uniting ourselves even the question around our identity. Well, you may call some of them Africans, but some call themselves black, some still call themselves colored, that's fact, they do that. But this is because they've been miseducated by a system which seeks to keep us divided, and this is the truth. And this is obviously, we cannot be all of us so many different things. We must be one thing. Of course, for our party, there's no question. As for the United African Movement, we're Africans. End of discussion. End of discussion. This struggle is not an easy struggle. The struggle to go from Negro to black was a difficult struggle. Capitalism did everything to roll it back. He even had us confused. I'm not black, look at me, I'm brown colored. Yes. I'm not black, I got Indian blood in me. What nonsense they didn't have us say just to run away from the truth. We told them then, it is more difficult to go from Negro to black than it is to go from black to African. Many people criticized us for our efforts. Oh, in the 1970s, we had our last press conference. We said, we're going to put the word Africans on the lip of every African in America, and we're not going to use the capitalist media press. And we have done it, and we have not used the capitalist media press. As a matter of fact, the capitalist media press, in trying to stop us from going to Africans in America, tried to throw out African Americans. They did it. We saw the whole scene. It's our job. We followed it carefully. Of course, they want to say African Americans. Of course, that keeps us exactly where we are. If you're African American, you're not the same like an African Kenyan. And certainly not the same like an African Brazilian. And certainly not the same like an African Trinidadian, etc., etc., etc. But once you're just African, ain't no question. Ain't no question. You African, yeah, where you were born? Trinidad. You African, yeah, where were you born? Uganda. You African, yeah, where were you born? Egypt. You African, yeah, all Africans. Once you have proper identity, one of your biggest problems is solved.
Mr. Deity.
You are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. This is a Heart of a Symbol production. Where we strive to blow up your old paradigms.
Well, they at it again. I'm on my timeline, and Brother Boyce Watkins, follow Boyce Watkins, I think it's at Boyce Watkins 1. Let me see, let me double check, make sure I get it right. At Boyce Watkins, yeah, at Dr. Dr. Boyce Watkins 1. He just reported that a Chicago cop just unloaded his clip into a car full of unarmed minors. I wonder what color they were. Wow, you know what I'm saying? Wow, you know, oh, look. So, now, this is why I came up with the title, Stop Suffering Quietly. So, I'm listening to the fact that 6 females and 3 males, and that's what I keep hearing. I still have to see who the victims are. Were murdered. And so this boy goes to an institution that is mainly run by black women, run and is sustained by black women. He goes into this place. He goes through the neighborhood. There's no issue. He's welcomed in. He's welcomed into the church. He does what has been happening to black folks for centuries. He unloads his clip. He get caught. And as he goes before the judge acknowledges the pain of the families of those that were the victims of his terrorism. But then he reminds us of the victims on the side of the killer. And I had to look at this white judge and wonder how many black murderers did he ask for the same. How many black young men at the age of 21 that murdered somebody was concerned, raised by the judge for the family of the shooter, of the murderer? You see, when it comes to today's stuff, they treat themselves differently than they treat us. Rather than realizing the bestial nature that was exposed. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm telling you right now, dude, the underlying issue of this whole piece for me is the fact that America is constantly lying to herself. We have to accept the fact that we are a nation that's built on land that was stolen from a people who they massacred and built by people that they stole. And in the whole process, they were murdering and raping. Now, I can accept that because that's American history. But we have to make sure that everybody understands this so that we can understand the disappointment and the hurt and the anger of those so-called minorities in the society. Now, quiet suffering. And I'm calling for a stop. Because as this white boy stepped up in front of a camera and was asked questions by the judge, the black families got up and told how much damage this young terrorist did to them. But in that, they started to forgive him already. And they're going to quietly suffer. They're going to go home and cry about it. And as the years wear on, the pain will lessen, but the pain will never go away. And they have already forgiven. They have already done what black people have done throughout time. We always forgive our enemies without our enemies earning our forgiveness. And I know that we are taught that forgiveness isn't something that people should earn. We should give it to them. But I was thinking about a verse that I remember, and you know, I'm off. I haven't been to church in a while. But I think Jesus was asked, how many times did you forgive somebody? And he said 7 times 77. And I think that, you know, and I could be wrong, but I know some scholars out there, some biblical scholars out there that will correct me. But I did my math, and 7 times 77 is 539 times. I got to ask you, black people, have we forgiven this society as a group, one group to another group, not as individual, but have we forgiven them 539 times? I mean, we going because most of us are Christians. If we have forgiven over 539 times, We breaking rules. You know what I'm saying? It don't make no sense to be spouting forgiveness without a change from the individual that you're forgiving, because they will do it again. You know what I'm saying? And next time is going to be worse. We have to start preparing ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Because we're dealing with a psychosis that runs rampant in this group. I mean, over and over again, you have seen it. You have seen it. And they justify with hero stories about, because listen, I'm going to say this, man. If they allow this white boy, this terrorist, to get off on some psychological shit, then I needed to be recorded in history books for my children to read that Christopher Columbus was insane. All the slaveholders were insane. Hell, what they was just going with the time. No, they was holding human beings. All of the cowboys that just murdered Native Americans just because were insane. The ones that just shot the buffalo for absolutely no purpose were insane. You know what I'm saying? Because if we're going to allow this insanity plea to go, because this is what they're going to come with, we allow this, then we need to start calling them out. Or actually, hell with that, we need to start calling them out on the insanity now. On insanity now. I haven't heard nobody call this boy, this terrorist, a thug. I haven't heard nobody call him a thug. Oh, my fault. I forgot. Black Lives Matter. You matter to the extent that you can economically help this society. Going back to the term hand. How many hands you got on your plantation? I got this many hands. This how many hands. We are being reduced to economic quantities. You are as valuable as your economic value. How much economic value you produce for your master. And according to them, obviously, we don't really count. And to ourselves, we don't really count. So the fix for this is, one, to make sure he gets the justice he deserves. And next is for us to start getting our areas together and take them from areas to being communities. And let me tell you what'll happen once you form a community. All right? Crimes will go down. Yeah. Because everybody know everybody, and the children will know everybody. It don't have to be a big area. There's enough black areas where if individuals were just to go next door and to get to know their neighbors, we can start building. We can start building. See, nations are built on relationships between people and groups. But we have not allowed for the relationship. As a matter of fact, the relationship was blocked, because you got to remember, in slavery, they couldn't allow, or in our captivity, they couldn't allow us to become super tight, because they saw what happened when we got super tight and we started really being able to help each other and give each other a hand up. There you have, and we could take that all the way back to Denmark Vesey. For those that don't know, he's one of the founding members of that church that this young terrorist went in and shot up. A freedom fighter who was hung, his head was chopped off and placed somewhere until it basically rotted and fell off. They probably tore his body into pieces, and some of these white families still might have the parts as heirlooms that they passed down. All right, so I'm going to play another song, and I'll be back.
Mr. Diddy.
You are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. This is a Heart of a Symbol production. Where we strive to blow up your old paradigms.
All right, make sure you follow us on Facebook, Gye-Nyame Journey. Follow us on Twitter. Like us on Facebook, Gye-Nyame Journey. Follow us on Twitter. I think I got an Instagram too. And also, make sure you check out our sites and the blog. You go to GyeNyameJourney.com, that's the blog. And if you look at the top tabs, I got headquarters. That'll take you straight to home base. And either on the website or the blog, you can find some Gye-Nyame teams like the coffee cup and the book. You know what I'm saying? Join the journey. Help support what I'm trying to build here. See, I'm trying to build a multimedia piece where I can start employing some of these young people with some of the skills that they have. I can start making sure they get the training so that when incidents like this go down, individuals can be dispatched to handle business. You know what I'm saying? In a legal-like fashion. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, it has been a pleasure sitting here talking with you for the last 76 minutes and 59 seconds. And I have enjoyed every minute of it because I love doing what I'm doing, and you need to find what it is you need to do. I suggest to everyone to get your own Spreaker station. Let me know so I can follow you. Also get you a YouTube channel, you know what I'm saying, so that you can start watching videos and start making your own. I mean, we got to start getting this information out here. And that's one of the reasons that brings me into my segue. I'm promoting a new show that I got. It's called The Line. You could follow me on Spreaker, and you can get updates on the show when it goes. The Line is an open mic show that truly belongs to the listener. It's a call-in show that's always on. And what I mean by always on is because I have what's called an Uber conference number. And I can do a conference whenever I want to. Whenever somebody call, if I'm free, I'm going to go to it, and I'm going to allow you to speak your piece. You can talk. If you have something to share, something to grab about, information to put out in the world, if you're seeking advice, want to give advice, yell about politics or economics, discuss history, culture, or spirituality, drop some knowledge about conspiracy, drop a poem, rhyme, or sing a song, or just you want to talk to Brother Hatim, get some advice, because you know I'm pretty good at that. They call me the consigliere, you know what I'm saying? So hey, I'm good at what I do, right? So, you know, you need to take that. And if you want to put some advice out there, you could do that too. You could also talk about your favorite celebrities. You know what I'm saying? You could leave me little news clips about your city. You know what I'm saying? That you need to report. Some of y'all that are out there, if you're serious and you want to do it, but you don't want to start your own station, hey, I'm going to do it for you. I'm a little bit slow at uploading because it's just me doing all of this part of it right now. But eventually I'll be able to train some youth to get it together so that they can actually help me out, some youth and some adults. You know what I'm saying? Because we all need to start retraining ourselves and retooling ourselves, because we're moving into a dynamic time. And according to how much knowledge you got about certain areas is going to determine how long you are able to prosper. So now you need to start finding your tribe. You need to find people, real friends, real skills, and build real wealth. I got that from the Silver Shield and Silver Bullet, and I like that. Real friends, real skills, and real wealth. That's what we building. That's what communities are based on. It's based on relationships. Remember, communities are just reflections of the spiritual life, because spirituality is about developing a relationship with the divine. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. Now, with that, I'm out. And it's been a glorious and fabulous night. I'm going out. And this is from Hybrid Tongues. Is an outro. It's from Storm 2000. More than likely, this was off of one of his Cosmic Cookies. And I'm going to play it, and I hope you enjoy it. And then we out.
Well, I know y'all want to stay.
But we gotta leave, baby.
The same way we came.
Poetically.
Exodus.
In this forum known as poetry, I'm here to be all I can be, cause I'm carrying on the Jesus mission. Armed with words which perform acrobatic miracles, flip-flopping in and out of psyches and light these heads like bulbs within. You ask, can a man really walk on water? Well, I'm here and now walking on you and yours, outro the door and into a land of nod, otherwise known as hip-hop, jazz, gospel, R&B. It's all poetry where kids like me speak with daggers and write with pens which spew souls from the tips. Verbal connoisseurs take sips and watch me transform from chrysalis. Picture this.
Yes, smooth as black is in my brown sugar dream. Pulled out a strand of my hair, I think I found the wrinkle linked to my mother. You see, nappy, kinky, or whatever you perceive me to be. I'm tired of walking through the elements of life silently, waiting for something or someone to inspire me. So today, I inspire myself, enticing you with the jagged edge of collected threads and sharpened leads, just waiting to be stroked by verse. First, I'd like to lose myself in the mounds of freedom as we gather our souls in a place of peace.
It's the 7-letter veteran.
Terrell.
Never settle for less. How do you leave a gathering? Exit stage left. Like the Israelites creeping through the wilderness. Yes, yes. But this time, no golden calf. And on behalf of the prophets, we came to bring the math and lead them down the path to break bread. Enough said. Hybrid tongues on the Exodus. Y'all vibing on the Exodus. Vibing on the Exodus. Vibing on the Exodus.
Vibing on the Exodus. Hybrid Tongues is vibing on the Exodus, leading lost souls to the resurrection. Stop the madness, spread love, cause see, it ain't over till the righteous one comes. Simplicity is the key, premeditated thoughts of peace. Imagine just you and me, sunshine, lemonade, and smooth beats. Roaming in the park, playing till almost dark, waiting on that ice cream man for that ice cream sandwich. But oh no, see, we complicated the schism. Now it's about gats, rocks, and itches, totally disrespecting the master's misses. Yo, let's take it back to the Exodus. Exit us, hybrid tongues, the place where skin and soul meet trust. Vibing on the Exodus. Vibing on the Exodus.
You are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. This is a Heart of a Symbol production. Where we strive to blow up your old paradigms.